By the end of this video, you'll have one page that stops you from wasting 8 hours a day doing absolutely nothing. But before we get to that, is that really what you want your days to look like? You wake up motivated. Today's the day, you're gonna be so productive. But then it's 8 p.m. and you spent the whole day watching a Netflix series you didn't even enjoy that much. And you think to yourself, didn't I want to get so much done? Yeah, me too, but then I made this. I'm going to show you exactly what's on it so you can build your own version. Let's start with section 1. Grab your journal and a pen. If you need a new one, I'm gonna link mine below. It's a lemon journal. List every activity that counts as doing nothing for you. We're talking about the activities where you do them for 3 hours and then you feel very, very guilty that you did it. Where it looks like you're doing something, but in 10 days you can't even remember you did it. For me, that's checking my emails constantly, even though I checked them 10 minutes ago. Most of the time when you're wasting your day, you don't even realize you're doing it. So this list makes sure you're calling yourself out and get aware of your pattern. You can't stop doing nothing if you don't know what nothing looks like for you. Now we're going to figure out why you do it. You don't scroll for 3 hours because you love scrolling. Like, you don't just sit there and think, traveling around the world, meeting new people, making new experience? Nah, thanks. I rather lay in my bed and eat chips and watch other people just do that. That is way more interesting. So next to each activity on your nothing list, write why you do it most of the times. For example, for me, it's eating snacks out of boredom, not because I'm hungry. I'm going to the kitchen every 20 minutes, opening the fridge, staring at it, but there's nothing new. I'm just bored. What are you avoiding? What feelings are you trying not to feel? Be honest, because if you're not, the section won't work. Now you know what you're avoiding, which means now we can actually do something about it, and that is section 3. Right at the top, what do I want to remember from today? Because in 20 days, you won't remember the Netflix series you watched today for 3 hours. Will you? For me, it's filming this video. Everything else, for example, that I checked my emails before starting filming this video, even though I did it like 20 minutes ago, I won't remember, or that I tried to make this background pretty, but like it looks as normal as ever. Maybe it looks a little prettier. And that's the difference between reaching 8 p.m. and thinking I did nothing today versus I did something and I probably will remember that. And look, if you want to go deeper on this, like how to actually build a productivity system that makes it impossible to procrastinate, or how to reward yourself for doing tasks and gamify your to-do list, I made a video about this. I'll link it below if you're curious. This section is completely optional, but I love it so much because that is the reason I keep coming back to this page and
don't upload it after 5 days.
Making the page is easy, but using it every day, that's hard. I'm gonna give you 2 ideas. You can use both of them or neither. The first idea is to add a scoreboard. Draw 2 columns. One says nothing and one says something. You did nothing today, add a tally mark there. But when you did something, you mark it in the something column. And yeah, I know it sounds a little bit stupid, but there's just something about seeing which side is gonna win that makes it like really fun. Because if I see that the nothing column has more tally marks than the something column, I'm like, damn, this is kind of like a wake-up call that there needs to be a change, you know, like the other side needs to win. The second idea is to add a time saved tracker. At the top of your page, write time saved, and every time you do something that moves you forward, instead of doing nothing, you add a tally mark. For example, for me, one tally mark is 1 hour. At the end of the month, you could count them and calculate how many hours you saved. It's reframing, oh my god, I wasted so much time and should shame myself for it, to you're focusing on a positive and celebrate the hours you got back. On bad days, your brain is gonna tell you, you never do anything. You're useless. You always waste time. But in moments like this, you're gonna open this page and then tell your brain, hey, honey, look here. No, that is not true. Can you see that? I did something. You know what's funny? Doing nothing is more boring actually than doing something. Because think about it, when you scroll, you're bored all the time, but you just don't realize it because you're scrolling. You know, this journal page is not gonna make sure that you will never be unproductive again. Because yeah, I can already break it to you, you will be unproductive from time to time, because that's just how humans are, right? But it's just a way of making sure that you get more and more aware of it, that you're doing it, because most of the time, as mentioned before, we are so unconscious we don't even realize we're wasting that time. So with like small rituals or habits like that, for example journaling, it could also be another way. You're making sure you're getting like really conscious that you're doing it, that at some point before you even do it, you realize, oh wait, I actually want to scroll now, but didn't I said I didn't want to do it anymore? And if you're like, okay, cool page, but I want to have more, as mentioned before, I made a productivity system in form of an app that you can actually download, and I made a video about that. So if you're curious, you can watch it next. or don't watch it. I'm not your boss. At the end of the day, remember that the internet isn't going anywhere. Your time is.